Hey, what's going on, guys? Nicholas Brusaka, Chelsea Football Channel, and it's Chelsea 1, uh, Crystal Palace 1. So, a close result, compared to what I was thinking. I couldn't get a match preview out the last 2 days. I've been a little busy. I really tried to get one out, but, I've been traveling a little bit these last 2 days, even though, not too much of an excuse. Maybe I could have done it while I was driving, but, I've got a lot of work to do as well with college backup, but, you know, not the worst result. And how come, we see this game as a game where you got to win back at home, especially after we beat Crystal Palace 14 straight games in a row, haven't lost or drew a game, I think, to them since 2017. So this is a game where maybe you kind of expected, maybe you would have saw it coming. If not, it's either way. I had a 2-1 win in my books. It finishes 1-1. But this is a game where you're looking at it on paper and you're like, you look at the stats and you're like, wow, how did we not win? And it's as simple as this. The refereeing job was horrible. We weren't clinical enough. Honestly, it's those two things. We weren't clinical enough, and the referee job was horrible. Let's get into it. Nicholas Jabson opened the scoring in the 25th minute after an amazing counterattack. Nani does great on the right hand side, plays into Palmer, who one times it across the box to Nicholas Jackson. And Jackson does just incredible to be on stay inside and to put it on the left side of the goal. Um, Not much happens except from a lot more chances wasted in the first half, a lot more chances we waste. So we go into halftime 1-0 up. You're probably thinking, okay, okay. I know I was working a little bit today and I wasn't really happy. I thought, maybe we should have gone 2-0 up. Start of the second half comes and, Will Hughes should have gotten sent off at least 4 times in this game. This guy was just pulling everyone down. Daichi Kamada shouldn't have gotten sent off, bro. So many cards. Pedro Neto got a yellow card for just tackling a guy. Will Hughes gets one yellow for 5 fouls or something. Kamada gets 3 fouls, no card, not a single one. But Neto gets one for 1 foul on Daichi Kamada. It was a game where you're just like, what is the ref doing? We should have had 10 men left with 40 minutes to play. A goal up. You know what's crazy? Will Hughes gets subbed off by Glasner because he knows that Will Hughes is a nutcase. He puts on Cheick Doucouré, who is basically involved in the goal that Eze scores in the 52nd minute. He takes a shot, it's a blocked, which falls to Eze and allow Eze. He scores a banger. You can't doubt it. It's a great goal. The goal doesn't even happen if that player isn't on the field. If Doucouré isn't on the field, that he doesn't even get to take that shot, which means that they're probably not even attacking. So it's like, how is that even possible? If you go based off XG, we out XG'd them by like almost two. We had 27% more possession or something ridiculous. We had more shots, we had more on target. It was just a way more dominant display. I mean, this is by far, I think, the best team. Except there's like I think only one change I would make out of this entire starting lineup, or maybe two. Reese comes into the fold and Lavia comes into the fold. Those two guys are the only two people I would sub in. Gusto is going to be hurt. I think he got injured in this one. Mudryk came on for him. It's some kind of muscle injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. I'm guessing we'll find out tomorrow or something. It'll come out on the injury report. Um, Lavia and Sterl or Reese are supposed to be back. Of course, Reese got injured again, but he was suspended for the first 3 games anyway, so he wasn't even able to play for the first 3 games. So he's supposed to be back for this Bournemouth game in 2 weeks' time. Of course, because the stupid international break comes like 3 games into the season. What is the point? The international break is all summer, and they like, oh yeah, let's play international games 3 games after there was an entire tournament. There was just an entire tournament. I don't get it. So it's whatever. Let's just go into these player ratings and we'll decipher who I thought was their better performers and what can we learn from it. So this was the lineup that Reska picked, in which I had picked. Of course, I didn't do a review, but you gotta trust me. You gotta trust me, guys. Um, very overall good ratings. Not many really bad performances today, in my opinion, but also not a lot of sub appearance ratings today. I don't think I really gave too many ratings for sub appearances. Of course, there were three subs today, but very decent. I mean, Sanchez from the back starting out, six. The only really bad thing he did all day was allowing the goal. That I'm not sure how many goalies even saved in the first place, but I thought six was really good. Again, another outing where he looks halfway decent. Cucurella, another performance where he looks again good and bad. I mean, he didn't do a lot of bad today. He was just doing a lot of average, and that's why he gets a six. Cool, again, a six. I think he almost gets a seven, like his partner Fofana. Fofana, I just think was a bit better when it comes to the tackling and passing wise, but I think both of them were excellent. I mean, Colwell's first pass to Madueke was the one that got us the goal in the first place. So I think both of them did well. Again, this is a partnership that's going to come with time, Fofana and Colwell. I think the more the time you give them, the better they're going to get. Caicedo, I think this is the best game he's had all year so far. I think he has seven is very good. A lot of tackles, a lot of interceptions for him today. I think it's a very, very fair rating to give the guy. Gusto was very solid, I think, in my opinion, before he got injured. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury, but I think the entire back line did pretty well today. You can't really discredit the guys. I think they showed pretty well who they are, and they got to keep playing together if they want to get better. So Neto, I think on the left-hand side today, I think is a guy where I'm like I'm not sure if he gets a six or a five. He didn't do a whole lot today. Um, he was still trying to beat guys. At least he was somewhat doing it, but I don't think it was the most amazing outing for Pedro Neto, to be honest. I don't Let's go check SofaScore. Let's see what his output was today. Like they gave him a 6.4. It didn't complete any crosses, two out of his ground duels, he won. It wasn't a good outing for him, man. Compared to previous ones, like he probably honestly deserves a five more than he does a six. Palmer gets an eight. I mean, the fact is alone is that pass, if he doesn't pass that cross to Jackson, we might not even get that goal. Um, I mean, he was better than anybody else on the field today for us. He's just such a good player. I'm so thankful we have him. I gave Fernandez a five. It may be a little bit too much. He honestly maybe should get a six. If Neto gets a six, then Fernandez gets a six. So that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna just do it now, just so I can, feel a little bit more positive. And I'm gonna change my Neto to a five as well, because I think that's more fair. I think Fernandez needs to do more defensively. That's the bare minimum. He just such a defensive liability. And when he's not in this area in the midfield, he's so mediocre going forward in defense that he basically has to be here at all times. Madueke, I gave a seven. Might be a bit of a stretch, but if he just converted any of his chances in the first half, this is a completely different game. Of course, Dean Henderson had a 10 out of 10 performance. He's the player of the game. None of our players get player of the game. Dean Henderson saved Crystal Palace today. This is one of those goalie performances of the season, you see. Nicholas Jackson gets a seven as well. Like Nicholas Jackson makes this team so much better. Like at the end of the day, he misses some chances, but his creation of chances is so good. The way he falls into a false nine role, the way he holds the ball up, the way he plays it, the way he makes runs, like he's so good. He scores a goal being in the right place. It's excellent. It's an excellent goal from Nicholas Jackson. He gets a seven, back-to-back goals and back-to-back games. He's got two goals in three games this season for us. Sucks that it ends up like this, but let's go check now. I gave Felix and Mudryk both fives. I don't think that their contributions were enough in this one. Felix played a pretty substantial amount of time in this game too. Mudryk came on late, but I think that both players were mediocre. Both didn't really get involved, too much. Especially with it's just another thing again. Like I already said with Mudryk in the last game, Mudryk is just a player who I think at this point is just like, what do you do with him? What do you do with him? But it was an okay outing. I'm not too upset. I'm not too happy either. I think this is just a game we should have won. I think going to the international break, not getting this win is just super upsetting. I would love to see 6 points in three games, not 4 points in three games. But I blame the ref, not too much us. I blame the ref. So frustrating. So frustrating. Let me know what you think, guys. I think it was an okay result. I think that the ref screwed us. I think we should have been at 10 men, even with 50 minutes left in the game, basically. Right after halftime, we should have had a man left. But it's one of those ones where you got to be like, wow, he's got to be better. Yeah, we have Bournemouth away, a game that we still should be winning. Bournemouth's a team we should be beating, bro. It's a team we should be beating. There's no question. Even if it's away from home, I don't care. I don't care. They beat Everton away from home. They were down 2-0 at that one point away from at home against them, or at Goodison Park. We should be beating them. Fairly simple. Ridiculous. So, I want to see better. I want to see more in the next game. I want to see the guys more confident. Confidence is key with this team, dude. The more good results we get, the more we'll see the team perform. So we got to hope that the international break doesn't even get us in, give us injuries, doesn't, destroy confidence, doesn't stream team morale. We got to hope we can see good results. We got to hope that we get back in like 2 weeks time, bro. 2 weeks, dude. It's too long. It's too long. But whatever. 2 weeks time, we'll be back here and hopefully we'll be seeing good results. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. See you in the next one. Peace.